Okay, let me start from the very beginning. So I used to be a full-time nurse here in Sydney, and then I changed my position to casual nursing, but I have to do some minimum shift to keep my casual position, and I want to keep my casual position, right? Then I can just claim myself that I'm not jobless. And then I had to come back to Sydney because the minimum requirement period is almost up. So I was looking up for like some short-term rental from Korean website called Hojunara. Every Korean in Australia use that website. But anyway, I found one listing from that one. I contacted her. And because like that listing was there forever, like no one wants it apparently. And then I contacted her. She said like no first, but I was like, if you change your mind, just let me know. And she actually changed her mind and contacted me. She was like,
Do you want some inspection?
and I was like, no, it's fine because it's short term, and also I'm in Korea, so it doesn't matter. But she was so worried. Like, she was like,
Have you had any experience of sharing with other housemates, whatever? What do you do, whatever? What are you gonna do in Sydney? Are you gonna work?
and then she wanted to have FaceTime. So I was like, why? But she wanted to know who I'm gonna live with. So I was like, fair enough. Like, you're a girl, so I'm like, let's do FaceTime. And I FaceTimed her. She demanded me to send a driver's license. So I was like, why? She was like,
Even Airbnb like demands you to have driver's license, blah blah blah.
so I was like, then can we exchange driver's license because I don't know you either? But she was like,
No, but because I am giving you a room, I demand you to give me a driver's license.
and so I was like, well, whatever, It's like, it's just driver's license, right? So I gave the photocopy of like driver's license. Anyway, like finally I came to Sydney, and on moving in day, I moved in, but she kept asking those questions like
Have you had experience of like sharing, blah blah blah?
like those questions like over and over again. And she was like,
Do you have a basic courtesy? Do you have a common sense, whatever, like blah blah blah?
so I was like, yes, I went to uni in Sydney, so I know. So she was saying like,
Oh, there's gonna be inspection at 3 p.m.
and I was like, okay. And then that was like right, one day after my moving in, right? It's not for even real estate. It was for next tenant. And yes, I didn't make bed, but I thought my room was okay looking. Whoever next tenant comes to my room, she's not gonna judge like how clean it is. I mean, how tidy I am, right? It's just like the roof structure or so on. But she was saying,
You didn't make your bed. There was teeth in your bathroom. What was that? It was very disgusting. I had to clean that up. Like I had to touch it, and it freaks me out.
that was my retainer that she's talking like teeth. And retainer was in the container, but I opened the container up because it needs to get dried. You know what I mean? And I was like, why did you have to touch my belongings? Why do you have to touch tenants' belonging? I've never had like, this kind of experience. She was like,
What the hell? Like your room was not clean, so I had to clean it. Like blah blah blah.
and I was like, if you need the specific standards for inspection, just let me know. Bro, but like technically, I'm living there. I'm paying my shit, right? Why do I have to clean the shit, right? It's my things. It's my things. But anyway, I wanted to get my deposit back, and also I want to just like, make it like happy relationship while I'm staying there. I don't want to make like things awkward. So she actually told me like specific things.
Don't let retainer shown. Keep it hidden. Pick up your oral hair from the bathroom floor, whatever. Like make your bed, like make it tidy, whatever. Vacuum, whatever.
So that was the first inspection, and there were actually 3 more inspections within 2 weeks. 3 freaking more inspections. So guess how many cleanings that I had to do? I even streamed like sometimes, but there were some times that I didn't even stream, right? But anyway, I didn't say anything because like I want my deposit back. For your information, the rent was like 500 per week, and I gave her 1,100 of deposit. So I wanted my deposit back. So I just like did whatever she wanted and whatever she liked. So one time, I recooked leftover food after collaboration with Anna, if you guys remember, I ordered spicy pork and I just recook on the pan. And I cooked and I cleaned the dishes. And then I went back to room and she out of sudden came out of the room and checked whatever I did. And she was saying like,
You need to clean the kitchen hood after you cook anything every time.
so I was like, okay, what can I say, right? Okay. By the way, she's not clean. If she has OCD, I would understand. If she's like clean AF, I would understand. But she's not. And also for your information, she can use dishwasher, but I was the only one who has to do manual dishwashing with my hands, you know what I mean? But it's just side notes. And one time, I was trying to do laundry, and the washing machine is in her bathroom. Then laundry was actually done in the washing machine, but I didn't want to touch it, so I just like texted her. I have to do laundry. Do you mind just putting out your laundry? Then I can do it. And she's like,
I'm gonna do laundry again. So you can do it in 30 minutes.
I was waiting and waiting. And then I had to go out. So I actually put my laundry basket on the top of the laundry machine, right? And I had to come out and I was streaming. And she texted me. She texted me like,
Why did you have to keep your laundry basket in my bathroom?
I was thinking like, I didn't keep my laundry basket 24/7, you know? I was just waiting for my turn. And then I had to go out and I just like kept it for like few hours. So I was like, I was stunned. I just told her like, I was waiting for my laundry. I will take it away when I get home. And she's like,
Don't put your dirty clothes in my bathroom.
that's what she said. I'm like, whatever, right? And then after that one, there were two more inspection, whatever. And the very last inspection was yesterday. So I think on third inspection, actually the girl liked it and decided to move in. Poor her, bro. I feel pity. I wanted to tell her, I wanted to warn her, but what can I do, right? But on third inspection, I was at home because I think it was on Sunday. I was at home and then I came out of the room because inspection is gonna happen. But there was nowhere to sit in the living room because on the sofa there are all her belongings. I couldn't even sit down, right? There is no space that I can sit down. So I was just like standing in the living room and the poor girl just like, came into Karen's house and looked my room. And if you finish looking at my room, they need to come out of my room because I was obviously waiting, standing in the living room. And it was my room and it's Sunday. I need to rest at 3 p.m. on Sunday, right? But they kept talking about like contract things in my room. I was asking my housemates, like, are you done? If you're done looking at my room, can I please rest? And she was like giving me this look. And she's like, nah. And then they came out and keep talking about the contract. But anyway, that was my third inspection. And the very last inspection was actually yesterday. So the housemate was like telling me the tenant's parents will help her moving in, but she only is available on Sunday, whatever, like on the weekend. So she has to actually put like her luggage in the living room, but her parents will come. So her parents want to see your room. That means another inspection, right? So I'm like, I need my deposit back. So I'm like, whatever, man. But on that day, yesterday, I was packing and everything, and then the housemate was in the living room, and I was like asking, I am packing my things and I have to move things out of my room. Is it okay if I just put my suitcase on the floor? She was like, I said, is it okay if I put my luggage on the floor because I have to move out? And she's like, I'm like, I kept repeating. And then she's like, finally, she understood and answered. She's like,
Yeah, as long as there is no disgusting things on the floor.
doing my disgusting thing. I wanted to like go overboard. Like, are you talking about my retainer? I wanted to tell her like I wanted to start something, but I just shut up because I wanted my deposit back. Right? That is actually very rude. Anyway. But after that conversation, she texted me.
Even if you put your suitcase on the floor, make it presentable.
Okay, so I was like, whatever, dude. And then poor next tenant just came in with like her parents, and her parents was actually really, really kind and nice. And I said hi, like, with smile. And then they saw my room, and then yeah, that was my yesterday. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention it. And a few days before my moving out, she was like mentioning,
You need to, there's a shower, right? And then the shower drain is there, and you need to put the shower drain up, and you need to clean everything. You just clean everything, like clean every corner.
so I was like, okay. And yesterday on stream, I cleaned everything. I show you everything. I wanted to have my proof. And then you guys even said that it's clean, right? It's very clean. And then today, even in the morning, I packed my things and also I cleaned again and again. And then I was like just arranging, like folding the laundry rack in the balcony because I just wanted to make it presentable. Out of sudden, the housemate was in the living room and she was saying,
Mattress cover.
so I was like, what? Huh? She was saying,
Mattress cover.
I was like, what? Like, there is no verb, What do you want me to do? And she was like, she kept saying like,
Mattress cover.
so I was like, oh, I get it. I got it. She wanted to put that, mattress cover out in the living room or something. So I was like folding the laundry rack, right? And I was like, I'm doing something now. Can I take my time? And she was like,
But aren't you moving out at 6:30?
it's not the point. It's not how you talk to people. You just don't say like mattress cover. You need to like, finish the sentence. But anyway, that was our first interaction in the morning. Anyway, I put the mattress cover out in the living room and so on. And then I messaged her. I messaged her like, I'm ready. And she came out of the room. And she stormed out of the room actually. And she went to my room. And she was like pointing at my wardrobe, inside of the wardrobe. And like,
Did you wipe here?
and I was like, oh, I didn't. And she was like pointing something in my bathroom. It was like the things, right? And she was like,
Did you wipe here? It's like so dirty.
and I was like, yes, I wiped yesterday and today as well.
Then why is it dirty?
I just told her because there was some dust, like, but I think it was from wet wipe, So I just told her like, I wiped with wet wipes and probably it's from wet wipe. And she was like,
I don't care. It looks dirty. That means you didn't clean. Clean it now. Toilet is also dirty.
like giving this look, and I was like, I bursted, I couldn't stand her attitude anymore. I said like, why do you have to look at people like up and down, up and down? And she's like,
Because you didn't clean.
I said I cleaned. Maybe there is some that I missed. And she was like,
I told you everything. Why didn't you clean?
and I was like, I cleaned it yesterday and today. But if you don't like it, I will do it. I will do it now. And she's like,
Then do it.
and then she went back to her room. And I did clean everything. I even cleaned the toilet, whatever, even though I cleaned like so many times, I cleaned. And I think I knocked whatever. And then I was like, have a look. And she's like looking at the wardrobe crack, and she's looking at the crack. I can't deal with the crack, right? She's like,
Why is it dirty here? What's this?
and I'm like, that is crack.
You need to clean here.
And I was like, I cleaned it. But it's cracked. So there's nothing I can do. And she's like,
You need to put your fingernail in and you need to clean.
so I was like, I'm not gonna put my fingernail onto that one, right? And then she goes to everywhere. Do you guys remember that I cleaned the mirror yesterday? And you guys saw everything, right? And you guys were like, it's so clean. And she's like going to the mirror again. She's like,
It's dirty. You didn't clean the mirror, right?
so I said to her, I cleaned it. There's no any finger stains. She kept going like,
No, but it looks dirty to me. You need to clean again.
but what can I do? I need my deposit back, right? So I was like, okay, what else? And then she storms the window.
See? Window is not clean. Look at this.
And I was like, what do you mean? I cleaned yesterday. And she's like, imagine this is like window, window thingy. And she's like doing. And there was nothing because I cleaned it, right? So are you satisfied? I said like, I did everything that she told me to do. And she was like,
I'm not satisfied, but just go. Just get away from my sight.
so I'm like, okay, I will give you my pay ID. And then she sent me deposit on the spot. So I wanted to like, close like nicely. So I was like, anyway, like whatever it is, thank you for 2 weeks. And she's like,
Don't try to make happy. Don't try to apologize. Just go out.
so I was like, whatever, man. Anyway, guys, thank you for listening to my story. That was it. The takeaway from here is money doesn't grow from tree. And also, I feel actually bad for the next person. I really feel bad. Poor girl.